Yeah, dog. Welcome to Wreck to Riches. My name's Thomas G. Don't forget to pound the like button, drop a comment, and always remember, I am not a financial advisor, for damn sure not a professional. When it comes to cryptocurrency, don't ever allow an influencer on any social media platform whatsoever influence you when it comes to crypto. This stuff goes to zero all the time. Projects fail all the time, and they rug, and they scam. You name it. So this is for pure entertainment purposes only, my opinions as I see it. So the market is going crazy. And we are going to talk about Helios, but the market's going crazy. Bitcoin is ripping it. Ethereum's ripping it. All the top 20 market caps that really just generate the volume you see across the board as far as the overall market cap. Everything else is just probably considered a small cap altcoin, to be honest. But typically, what you'll see is a huge run up in Bitcoin and Ethereum, the top 5, 10 cryptos, top 20. And then you'll see stuff, start to pour into altcoins at a certain level. But there's no telling what could happen at this point. But let's jump into the DeFi space. All right. Helios, a Build On Titanx project, launched February 28th, yesterday, right? Man, oh man, what bad luck. I mean, I don't have anything bad to say. I like the dude. I think literally he calls himself the dude. And, everything that they represent, everything they put together was fair from a developer. I guess you could say they weren't greedy. I'll sum it up. They weren't greedy with their fees. They were fair. They communicated with the community. They didn't think they were above everybody else. Like I would say over and over, Eric from Dragon X, who got 8% of your Ethereum, 8% of your Titanx, and 8% of his own token he created. But people should ask, where did the ETH go? Where did the Titanx go? Have you sold that 8% Titanx? Have you sold any of that 8% Dragon X you got? Ask those questions. Can you see it on the blockchain? It's a good question. But who knows? I'm not looking into it, but I think it's a good question to ask. Because maybe they have sold some of their Titanx. Ooh. Anyways, back to Helios. Real bad timing. They had a delay. The delay ended up shooting them in the foot. If they could have launched on time, more than a week back, it would have been perfect. Instead, they launched yesterday. And what happened yesterday? And shout out to Drip to Wealth. I wrote this out to him in a comment on one of his tweets on the X platform last night, where Helios, shot themselves in the foot by accident. Obviously they wanted to release the audit, release the platform out. The audit was bulletproof and passed for the overall safety of the community. Launched yesterday, but what happened? Ethereum mooned, and so did gas fees. So that really, really impacted participation. Now, backtracking to following the money, following the wallets, what I saw was a lot of large whales that had the urge, that had the strategy probably lined up, that were likely going to participate. It's hard to say because they bought up a lot of tokens, right? As far as Titanx. And you probably think, well, they're going to play in Helios and, be early investors in mining and go for that profit. Or they were going to buy the rumor, sell the news. We'll never know, really, but the way it played out and the way it looks is they held it, and the participation was very low because of gas fees, and there's a huge sell-off. Whether let's say half of them wanted to participate and half of them wanted to buy the rumor, sell the news, like 90% of them dumped the liquid Titanx they bought. They could have participated, but it was just too much money to create a miner to make sense with the gas fees. So that spoiled the launch. And you started seeing all this liquid Titanx that was bought previously to do whether, what I just mentioned, one of the two, sell off. Plus people's inflation sold off. So it was like a double whammy effect all in the same day. The inflation coming out for the day, selling off. The liquid Titanx that coulda, woulda, shoulda been locked up in Helios, used up to make miners. And, you'd have those people that bought the rumor, sell their news. That's in every, smart people do that. Why not? Easy come up. So that really screwed him over. I mean, timing is everything. You can't time the market. You can't time when Ethereum gas fees are going to go crazy like that. And question is people are like, well, wait till gas goes down this weekend. It's like, bro, this weekend Ethereum could be $4,000 and gas will be even double or triple. So really, it's one of those things where now you look at Hyper. How is that going to be designed to get the participation that's needed with people being so mindful of what they spend on gas? You know, I think there's going to be a lot of hype for Hyper whenever it does come out. Right now, you got to say Hyper is not real until you see it. Nothing's real until you can interact with the smart contract. I'm sorry, but it's all talk. It may be there, it may be done, but until I can click a button and interact with the smart contract, it's just a figment of the imagination. It is just flat out does not exist. I have no expectations of it existing. Why should you until the product is there? I don't even want to really hear about it, to be honest, but I'll talk about it a little bit. So are gas fees going to slow down the participation of Hyper? Are people that are experiencing max pain going to be able to make it to Hyper to even want to participate? Or are they thinking like, kind of like me, where you're seeing Ethereum take off? And the big sales pitch was, it's a leverage play on Ethereum. So you think Ethereum goes up, so will Titanx. Well, that doesn't seem to be the case. Potentially you won't see that until it becomes hyper deflationary, if you see it at all. One way to look at it is if you spent 30 Ethereum on miners and you have not profited, they're long-term or haven't been able to claim or not profitable at this price, you are better off holding your Ethereum for this price appreciation and would have made more money. That's the obvious. And DripX has the upper hand because gas fees are going up, but it's like $1 to make a miner. So compared to what it costs to do these types of actions on Ethereum, the cheaper chains with the smaller fees, regardless of how you look at it, nowhere near Ethereum, are going to get the most participation, or people are looking for a Titanx type ecosystem. And I guess the proxy ain't so bad after all, since you can make changes that are, community driven and voted on and help the overall sustainability of the project. Creating more miners is the stability in the heart and soul of Titanx, and it will be for anybody who tries to create a second type of Titanx atmosphere. So we'll see how everything plays out. DripX still has days left to make a name for itself, to make a move, to even continue to talk about it. We'll see 10, 20 days from now, after a day 28 payout, where they're at. You got to stand the test of time, and it's not been enough time, but there's a lot of momentum there. So Helios really shot himself in the foot by accident. Poor dude. Feel bad. I think the momentum was killed before they had a chance, and that's just due to the price of ETH and gas fees. I don't think that's going to clear up anytime soon, unless we go completely bearish and stuff goes down, which is possible in March. I do expect a big dip in March, but I don't have a crystal ball. That's just my wild guess from the way I see it. And as far as the future of Titanx, if you don't know what max pain is, you're starting to feel it, but you ain't felt nothing yet. Because it's a real bad mix when you got everything else going up and then your ecosystem is going down and everyone's feeling like we're in a bull market. That is a recipe for disaster, and it gets real scary for people. I'll live to see another day and continue to be in my positions. I've been here, done that. I'm just going to stick to my game plan. But I'm telling you right now, you ain't felt nothing yet. You haven't even scratched the surface on what's to come if there isn't positive price action soon. Whew. Till next time. Yeah, dog.